Today we're going to revisit a structure for describing past habits, used to and would. More importantly, we'll look at how these two are used differently. On page 66 of your focus book, you see a picture showing two families going on a road trip. The two families look very different because one of them is from the present day and the other is from the 1960s. Although you may know what it's like to be on the road today, what do you think it was like in the past? Take a look at these statements about road travel in the 1960s and decide whether you think they are true or false. The answers are, most of them are true. Perhaps people didn't have so much information about pollution, so they didn't talk so much about traffic pollution. And also, there wasn't so much technology in daily life, so even though there were long journeys, children didn't have the luxury to play with computer games. As you can see in the examples, used to describes past things that are no longer true. These things include, first of all, regular past actions, like old habits. For example, how you used to go to school by bus, and what time you usually left the house in the morning. Notice, these are regular past actions, meaning it is different from things that only happened for one time in the past. Secondly, used to also describe the past states of something, meaning how things used to be. These are not real actions, as you can see in the list of verbs here given as examples. The word would can also be used to talk about regular past actions, but it does not describe the state of things in the past. If you look at the examples again, you will see that most of them are describing actions. And if you look at the expressions used to describes both action and the state of things. Something to notice, the question form of this is, did you used to? Like, did roads used to be quieter? Did people used to talk about traffic pollution? Now, if we look at the examples again, the word would is only used to describe actions because, remember, it can't be used to talk about the state of things. For exercise 4, you are asked to rewrite the sentences using would, or replace it with used to if would is not possible. That means you have to decide whether the sentence is talking about an action or the state of things. Let's look at the questions together. Question 2. To say that something is comfortable, it's a state of things. Therefore, the answer is used to be. For question 3, the flight took longer. Take is an action, although it's talking about time. Therefore, we should use would. Question 4. People smoked on the plane. Smoke is definitely an action. Therefore, the answer is would smoke. Question 5. People wore their best clothes to travel by air. Wearing clothes is an action, so the answer is would wear. Finally, airports didn't have so many security checks. Although having sounds like an action, it is talking about the system of the airports. It's talking about how advanced they were. So it is the state of things, and we have to use the negative form, which is didn't used to have. For exercise 6, you are asked to complete the text with either would for past regular actions that are no longer true, used to for past states that are no longer true, or the past simple for things that did not happen regularly in the past. Let's look at the questions. In Roman times, roads be dangerous. Dangerous is the condition or characteristics of things. It is the state, not an action. Therefore, the answer should be used to be. Travelers carry swords in their right hands. Carry is an action, therefore, would carry. Travelers on horses ride on the left side of the road. Ride is an action, therefore, would ride. Question 5. Then Napoleon changed the rule. The rule about traveling on the road is changed, and it can be only changed once. Therefore, it's something that did not happen regularly and should be described as a simple past event. Therefore, the simple past tense changed. Question 6. Before the French Revolution, the aristocracy travel on the left. Travel is an action, therefore, would travel. And poor people stay on the right. Stay is an action, therefore, would stay. Finally, after the revolution, the aristocracy joined the poor people on the right, and driving on the right become the new law. The new practice can only become the new law once, because afterwards it's no longer new. So it's something that only happened once and not regularly. The answer should be in the past simple tense, therefore became. Aside from the differences we've discussed, there's one last trick you can use to decide which of these two expressions to use in your writing. Listen to this passage here. My brother and I used to spend our afternoons in the woods. Every day after lunch, he used to pack some light snacks and I used to carry a small basket. Then we used to keep running around until the last streak of twilight. If you try to recall, you will notice that I kept saying used to, and used to, which not only sounded clumsy, but was also stealing the focus from all the verbs that I wanted to use. This is the time when we can replace some of them with would. The difference between used to and would is, when you want to write a whole paragraph or a few sentences describing some past actions, we usually begin with used to highlight that I am about to talk about some habits in the past that are no longer true. And when you list out every detail of the actions, you can choose to use the word would so that your writing will be more concise and easier to read.